Saadia versus Kematu. Kematu versus Saadia. Saadia or Kematu. Both Kematu and Saadia. I recently made a video discussing various things about the Dragonborn, and the decisions he would likely make during the course of the story. I left one decision out, and that's the In My Time of Need quest. A quest where the Dragonborn must choose which story to believe. This, for me, seems to be somewhat fated. Perhaps I was meant to dive further into the story. And in this video, I will cover every aspect in the In My Time of Need quest, and reveal who's right, but also, if no one's right, the truth. Where to start a story, but at the beginning. The beginning in which the Dragonborn run into a couple of curious-looking Red Guards. These Red Guards mention a woman are offering an award for her capture. Being the honorable Dragonborn we are, we investigate and eventually find a woman named Saadia at the Bannered Mare. Saadia tells us her side of the story about speaking out against the Aldmeri Dominion at Knife Point, in which we are directed back to the Whiterun jail under Dragon's Reach. With a little gold, he tells us Kematu is in a nearby cave called Swindler's Den. After killing some bandits, we meet Kematu, who's waiting for us in earnest. He tells us Saadia sold out Hammerfell to the Aldmeri Dominion. That's where the Dragonborn must weigh his stories and decide how to approach. First off, we need to look at the similarities of their stories. Both mention the Aldmeri Dominion. Although I find this to be unlikely in either case, I feel it is likely both are lying to some degree. Saadia would lie even if she's completely innocent, due to the dire situation. Kematu may lie because he wants to get paid. I personally don't think the Aldmeri Dominion is involved in either case. The evidence behind this is both parties know that everyone in Skyrim hates the Aldmeri Dominion. Plus, Bethesda themselves designed the Thalmor to be hated that way, which goes into Bethesda's game design. Although you can look at Saadia and say she's too young to have betrayed a city from a war 30 years ago, you can see this from many Skyrim NPCs for various roles and situations. The key piece of evidence, and possibly the biggest piece of evidence, is the cave that Kematu has made his headquarters. Bethesda's strength in game design is the environmental storytelling. Skyrim in particular has some of their best environmental storytelling, and the name of this cave is called Swindler's Den. The definition of swindler is someone who uses deception to deprive someone of possessions. The second piece of in-game design evidence is Skyrim as a whole. Say what you want about the Skyrim Civil War, but Bethesda definitely wants you to side with the Stormcloaks, and as a whole wants the player to be defeated by the people they hate, as if the player themselves play the game just to fall into the hands of the villains of the next game. As in Tullius' last words, Ulfric, by overthrowing the Empire in Skyrim, just handed the Thalmor a victory. This is likely seen in this situation as well. The third in-game design reason is when Saadia is captured. This being Kematu says not to trust a pretty face. This to us as players would register as being mostly young men seeing an attractive woman duping us as being likely. Another reason suggesting Saadia's innocence is in the lore itself, and that of Hammerfells. Kematu's Alkir warriors are by definition mercenaries, swords for hire. This does not match their description as freedom fighters. If it is really that big of a deal, surely they would send actual soldiers. If not soldiers, they can get the sword singers as a matter of honor, or even the Fires Guild to venture into Skyrim. Therefore, I believe Saadia to be innocent. She may not be innocent of everything, and probably has wronged people, but the fact remains she has not betrayed Hammerfell to the Aldmeri Dominion. And the Dragonborn, being an honorable bad, will not hand her over. It is also worth noting that if Kematu was legit, he would be able to enter the city, and probably work something out with the Jarl. Instead, they're thrown away like common bandits. Everyone, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, it would mean a lot. And if you truly want to be the best, look at my Patreon. Other than that, you are all beautiful, and remember to live the game.